Tim Panasic for Gibbons Motor Toys. Today we're going to show you a brand new 2025 Stabicraft 1850 Fisher. We added Stabicraft to our heavy gauge welded aluminum line in 2021 and basically started selling many of them starting with model year 2022. We've done some videos of the 1850s prior to this, but we feel that 3 years later it's time for an update as there are a few changes that they have made to this hull. This boat here, as I said, it's a brand new 2025. This is what's called the Zesty Yellow. I think it's pretty cool, updated color. You can look at the lines of the boat with the bonded glass, tinted, the way the lines are, the rub rails. We've now got an updated upper rub rail that Stabicraft is using. This particular boat has an optional mount for a bow mount trolling motor if you want to add it to it. This is the 1850 Fisher offshore model. So within the 1850 series, Stabicraft makes what's called an adventure series, a sport fish, a pro fish, and an offshore. They also make a super cab model, and these are all based off of this very same hull. The offshore models, which you're seeing here, and through the years, this has been the most popular model that we've sold the most of. Whether it's freshwater, saltwater, we found that to most of our customers, the offshore model is what checks most of the boxes, and you'll see that as we get around the boat and show you the features that are in here. Like every Stabicraft hull, we've got the flotation air chambers, so basically, as every Stabicraft boat, virtually unsinkable. This 1850 has a 16-degree dead rise. It's got the same large reverse chines that you're going to see under the flotation aero pontoons. So what that does with these large reverse chines and a 16-degree dead rise, and by the way, the 16-degree dead rise is at the stern of the boat, so it's going to be much deeper of a V at the bow. But what this allows is for the boat to get up on step at slow speed and to slice through the rough water. Bottom line is that every Stabicraft boat is made for rough water and for safety and stability. As we go down the side of the hull, you can just see where we've got the cleats. The offshore model comes with the side curtains, the bimini in the front, the sides, and the full drop that you can see there. This has got additional optional coaming rails along the side of the gunnel there. You can see another welded cleat here. Okay, as we make our way to the transom of the boat, a few other key features that Stabicraft is very famous for is going to be their ladder. This is just such a great feature, especially when it's on the trailer like this. For getting in and out of the boat, I just don't know of an easier, better, robust ladder system that's just so simple to use. So that works awesome. Having the grab rail here works really well. This has got a 115 horsepower Merc on it, which the boat's rated up to 140 horsepower. So the minimum recommended horsepower on an 1850 is a 90 horse. We're equipping this with a 115 horsepower engine. It's the 115 command thrust. What the command thrust means is that the prop in the lower unit on this is the same gear case basically as a 150. So it's got the larger diameter gear case with a larger diameter prop. But what that does is it gives you more performance overall. It actually gives you more speed, more thrust in both forward and reverse. And that's particularly useful around a dock, loading, unloading, and of course for fishing. You can see that there was we got a kicker bracket back here. So typically anywhere between 4 to 15 horse. Most of these are going to get a 9.9. Works very well. Stabicraft also very famous for their back transom here, which is designed to go in reverse almost as well as in forward. So when you're backing onto a fish or just backing in and out of a marina, loading your boat on the trailer, having a boat that backs up and responds to the input of the steering as good as going forward is just, I can't overstress how important and how much that feature really helps with the agility of the boat. You can see these drain plugs in the boat. I just point out here again, we've talked about this in the past, but these three plugs here are just simply for access to the air chambers. So you got one on each side of the boat, one that goes around the bow of the boat. So the drain plug is really this plug right here, which would be any water on the deck would drain out here. So getting in and out of the boat's very simple. As you can see, everything's wide open. We do have a bracket right here, so there is a filler plate. It just simply slides in and out of here. It actually stores right underneath the fish box battery storage here, so very easy to get at. So if you are out on really exceptional water, you're backing into heavy water, you can put that plate in to give you a full height transom back here from a safety aspect. In most cases, it's really not necessary. You can see the extra wide gunnels that Stabicraft uses. The beauty of this is that we can mount downriggers anywhere along here. You've got 3 rod holders, 2 cup holders, and this just makes for a fantastic area for even if you want to just sit here. If you're hanging onto a rod or sitting here looking at your rods out the back, this is just a totally comfortable place to sit anywhere along the gunnel on either side. So looking at the interior transom of the boat, you've got yourself a nice large cutting board here. You got 2 rod holders you can see there. You've got relief holes here, so if you're cleaning fish here, debris is going to be able to get, the smaller debris will get through those holes. Obviously, you're not going to lose your fillets there. This is a humongous fish box, so lots of storage here. We've got battery storage underneath the fish box. So we've got a single battery here. We've got our bag and our safety kit here, but there's plenty of room for a second battery here. So that's a nice feature. These flip-up seats work really well to give you either more room here, or if you want quick access to the back deck for netting a fish, whatever it may be, very easy access there. You've got a flip-up step on this side as well, with a battery switch, an on-off switch there. The other thing I want to point out is that behind all this, behind these flip seats underneath here, there's plenty of storage space for fenders, extra dock lines, anything like that you're okay with getting wet. So lots of storage underneath there as well. The filler plate in the back, as I was telling you earlier, fits right here, so that's easily accessible. Another option that's in this boat is the U-deck flooring. So the U-deck flooring covers the entire floor, the gunnels, basically all the raised surfaces throughout the boat. So it makes for a very, very comfortable interior. Another option that's in this boat is you can see it's got the washdown hose here. And I just want to continue to point out that along with these wide gunnels is the storage capacity inside that gunnel as well. One thing that I should have said at the beginning of the video is that the size of the 1850, and I always say, always refer to either our website or Stabicraft's for your full specs and dimensions, but this is basically an 18.5-foot long boat by 90 inches wide. So it's a large 18-foot boat, yet it's still nimble and small enough to store in most people's garages and easy to tow, easy to launch. Okay, looking forward from the aft deck, you can see the drop curtain here with the roll-up center. You can see the 10 rod holders that are on the radar arch there. Another thing to point out is that this is great handhold here. When you're underway in rough water, anybody that's standing back here has an awesome place to grab onto. We talked about the extra curtains, so you got the full enclosure with the offshore package. Another important feature to point out is that this arch has a pin on the front and a pivot point right here. So if these curtains are down, you pull the pin and this arch folds down and rests on the gunnels. So now you're at the height of the windshield as far as garage storage or anything that you want to not have to worry about that height to deal with that. So definitely a nice option having an arch that folds down like that. I think you're up to about 6 feet of windshield height without that. So definitely going to fit in most garages that way. So looking at the interior here, we've got the Icy Tech 70-liter coolers. So these are an awesome cooler. They'll hold ice literally for days. I like the fact that they open up individually, half and half on the lid here. We got the cushion on the side, on the backs of each one. So these actually make reasonably comfortable seats. And the nice part about this is that if you take the drop curtain out of the way, you can sit in this position, or you can sit this way with your feet here. You can lean up against this seat and you can see all your gear and sit here very comfortably. And you still got the flexibility of being able to slide this cooler wherever you want it in the boat and pack whatever you want. You can put groceries and food in one. You can use the other one for fish, whatever you choose. This has got the upgraded Elite bolster seats. So these both swivel. So this, again, this seat can go all the way back. Your passenger seat, you want to be looking at your rods and gear, or if you're doing water sports behind the boat, it's great for that. The flip-up bolsters work awesome. So whether you want to be standing up at this seat or sitting down in it, and I'll just show you from a driver's perspective, you could be standing up here. I got great visibility. I can even stand up, put my feet up here and put myself so I'm half sitting on the bolster up, or I could have this bolster down and comfortably be seated here. These are flush mouth Mercury controls that we got here. They're totally out of the way, easy to get at. You can see the extra storage space that we got here. Cup holder, storage, dash, wide open dash. We can put really whatever electronics you want in there, stereo, electronics, whatever you want to add. This faceplate comes off with 4 screws, so it's very, very easy to access. And I'll show you as we move forward, there's actually accessibility from behind there as well. You can see that we've got 12 volt and USB plugins here on the side of the dash. You can see that we've got the extra storage in the bow here. Look at the storage you've got on the sides of the gunnels on both sides. You've got the handhold here for the windshield. And what's unique with the 1850 is that you've got this windshield that opens fully up like this. You pull up to the beach. Look how easy it is to hop in and out of here. And again, you've got your anchor cover here with U-deck on it, so it's very comfortable, easy, and good traction to get on and off the boat if you're on shore. And I'll show you where your anchor would store. This has got room that you can mount a drum winch in here. All the holes are pre-drilled. You've got a cleat there. You can see the rollers in the front along with the railing. So this is anchor ready. Hopefully this video has helped you understand the new 1850 Fisher offshore model. And in closing, I guess what I'd like to say is that this boat's really going to be intended for anybody that wants to not have a limitation on where their boating's going to be. So whether that's interior lakes, the ocean, this is going to handle some really good water for this size of a boat, and you're going to feel safe and confident in it. It's going to give you a smooth ride. It's going to be economical to operate. You're going to be able to tow this with really any light-duty truck or SUV. You're going to be able to store it in most normal garages in terms of height. And it's just going to be a real easy boat to get on and off the trailer. One thing I guess I didn't point out is this is an easy loader 3,100-pound trailer. It's got electric brakes on it. So basically, again, a light-duty vehicle is going to be able to tow this, especially since it's got brakes on the trailer. But boy, as far as protection, a boat that you can use from early season to late season and all kinds of different weather conditions, this is going to be pretty much the perfect boat for that. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our channel to see more like it.